What is going on, guys? So today I have a special video for you. Today I'm going to be discussing the Thor Nodes project. There's been a lot of updates within the past couple of weeks, and I wanted to go ahead and cover those, as well as take a look at the price action, what I believe what the project can go ahead and do in the future. Now remember, everything here is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell any sort of crypto. Within crypto, everything is super risky, and it could last a couple of weeks or months for the type of gains that we can get, but I believe that this project has the ability to provide us with long-term passive income means. And before we go any further, I just wanted to point your guys' attention to my channel. If you like this content, please make sure you like and subscribe. I pretty much talk about anything in terms of money, making money online, and I've been talking about crypto recently. And if you guys aren't familiar with what the Thor Node project is, go ahead and check out my previous videos right here down below. And I hope you guys enjoy this content, and I'll see y'all in the video. So as we can see here on CoinMarketCap, the initial price of this was like super high, but then they ended up like going downward because of the ring node fiasco. So they were at $16, and then they shot up parabolic to $230, and then have just been going down since. And that is pretty much due to the strong nodes. They had gone down. They're a pretty big player, so if that node project tends to go down, then everything else will subsequently follow. And also, we are in a crypto market dip, so that kind of has an effect to it as well. So there was a lot of sell pressure right here, and the developers of Thor Node and the spokesperson for Thor Node knew that this was a pretty much a situation where they wanted to go ahead and fix, so they went ahead and went onto their Discord and laid out a few items below. So we'll go ahead and check that out right now. So if you're not familiar to the Discord page, I can go ahead and provide a link down below to where you can go ahead and join. And right here on March 4th, they basically stated that they're going to do some V2, V1 comparisons, and they provided a link here, which I already went ahead and clicked on, but they basically provided images and stuff like that, so I'll go ahead and discuss that further on down the page. But a few items to note right here. So for the tax, there used to be a tax if you went ahead and took out your monthly rewards out before you held your node reward amount for a month. If you did, then you were pretty much taxed pretty heavily. They went ahead and changed that, but they ended up redoing that whole process before the V2 contract. So right here, there's actually a maintenance fee, kind of similarly to what Strong Nodes does. But with Strong Nodes, you can only pay up to 90 days in advance. This one, you have an unlimited amount of months in advance that you can go ahead and pay. And then the other thing that I like to note is that if you fail to pay your node, which they say right here, the nodes become inactive, not deleted. You can pay a reactivation fee plus maintenance due fees, and it will restart your node and start earning from zero again. So I really like the fact that they brought this into the loop, because what I don't like about Strong Nodes is that if you don't pay your monthly maintenance fee and you forget for some reason, or you don't have internet access at the time of you trying to pay those fees, if you don't pay those fees, those are pretty much gone. So I really like the fact that they went ahead and implemented this as well. So they said all unclaimed rewards from an inactive node are permanently sent back to the reward pool, so that is very important. So basically, they're just sitting here letting us know that, hey, if you are trying to get passive incomes, just make sure, you pay your monthly maintenance fees for the nodes. And then with the V2 contract, you would be able to compound with reclaimed rewards and your wallet. So before, we weren't able to do this. We were only able to compound with the stuff that we had compounded from our nodes. So I really like the fact that they added this in here as well. And then they said that you will have an unlimited nodes per wallet. There's not a max cap of 100 nodes. I don't know how I necessarily feel about that, because what Gala Nodes had done is that they basically reserved a limited amount of nodes, so that basically introduced scarcity within the market, and as each person bought like a node, that increased the value of the nodes substantially. So if people were holding that node for a long time, they're able to potentially sell their Gala nodes for way more than what they bought it for. So I don't know how I really feel about this one here necessarily. Maybe they should have just done the cap at 100, or just kind of implied scarcity within the nodes. But I can see if there are newcomers within the market that want to get in, they're not allowing a cap. But I don't know. I don't know about that. I want to know your guys' comments down below, so let me know what you think about that. And then they said the dApp will now support both MetaMask and Wallet Connect, which is really good. And then they said that they have gas fees that have been optimized. Expect a 30 to 50% production on gas fees, which realistically the gas fees on AVAX were virtually nothing, but hey, going ahead and reducing it at 30 to 50% more, I'm all for that. That is really good. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of their other posts that they've done recently. They ended up adding the DAG soft nodes, so they acquired 5. That is pretty much in the mix. They went ahead and have added a new developer on their team. The developer was part of the IT army of Ukraine to help the Ukrainian government from cyber attacks, which I think is really good, and he has a lot of Python developer knowledge as well. So that's really good that they're sitting here expanding their team and stuff like that for more production and adding, quicker results to the whole community. And then the V2 contract was basically released on March 6th, so they are no longer a fork anymore. They are extremely on their own fork, and they have the exclusivity to modify their contract as needed. This could be good and bad depending on how you look at it. Good in terms of, hey, they are off of ring substantially, but bad in terms of, they can adjust the contract at any time and have a lot of power in doing that. So I don't believe that these guys are going to be malicious or anything like that to their community, because they definitely want to be able to make money as well. So I see this, as a very good thing. So if you're kind of like leery about that, those are kind of the good and bad comparisons with that as well. And then the first node fees, they are due on April 5th. So they actually added an option on the GUI to allow you to pay all your fees at once, and you're going to have to pay those with AVAX. So that is very good. And also they're doing a lot of development with their play to earn platform, Gods of Asgard, play to E. So they had a little video right down here, just kind of showing the environment. I believe they ended up putting the environment on the sandbox domain. So if you have God mode, that's just kind of a utility for you to be able to get into the play to earn field, and I can see that kind of as a good marketing thing. If people like really want to see what the game is about, they can go ahead and purchase more strong nodes, adding more liquidity to the pool, etc., etc. So now what I wanted to go ahead and do was basically talk about the V2 contract changes if you guys are not familiar with this. Again, I'll provide this link down in this description below, but they basically took all of this and implemented this on March 6th. And then the node creation tokenomics. As you're all aware, one of the biggest challenges we face is the selling pressure caused by the current V1 contracts. The new V2 contracts will help to mitigate the sell pressure issues of a couple of ways as described below. The graphic below highlights node creation tokenomics difference from V1 and V2. So this is really good, and this is what I mentioned earlier. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So we have a few columns right here that basically state reward distribution, treasury, liquidity, dev market, etc., and percent sold at node creation. So in the old V1, the reward pool distribution was only at 49%, and the new V2 is actually at 65%. So this is going to add more liquidity into the pool and distribution amounts towards the holders. So this is really good if you're holding Thor nodes as well. The treasury sold for AVAX was at 21%. They went ahead and dumped that into 15%. Liquidity, 50% sold for AVAX. They left that the same. The dev marketing allocation, they had this at 20%, and that was sold at AVAX. They went ahead and reduced it to 10%. And the sold at node creation was 46%, now at 30%. So basically what they're trying to do here in this table is describe that they want to go ahead and distribute the amounts of rewards to the users more, and they wanted to go ahead and allocate the percentage, based on what they thought was fair, which I think is, really good. They go ahead and state this right here: the reduction of node tokens sold at creation/compound. So in the V2 contract, the number of tokens sold at node creation compound is reduced from 46% to 30%, which is a significant 35% reduction in node creation sell pressure as compared to the V1 contract. We expect to see a notable positive difference with this change. This is really good right here. And then adjusted allocations during bear and bull markets. So implementing adjusted allocation percentage for the reward distribution pool and the treasury will allow the protocol to further control node creation sell pressure by reducing the amount of Thor tokens that are sold on node creation. As noted before, the asterisks above, the reward distribution pool and treasury percentage will always total to 80%, but can dynamically be changed to support price action during a bear and bull market. So I kind of actually like this. And they give an example right here, but let's go ahead and move to the next graph. So they do a comparison of taxes and fees. So basically in the V1 contract, the Odin, Thor, Freya, they have a list of percentages right here that basically didn't change with the V2 contract. The claim tax sold in V1, they said yes, but currently disabled. So they went ahead and did no. The claim tax allocation, maintenance fees, and the maintenance fee allocation are all NA. So the claims tax allocation in V2, they went ahead and did the redistribution amount / pool. And then the maintenance fees for all of the nodes are actually a fixed price. These will not change. So if you have Odin, it'll be $80. Thor $20, Freya 10, Heimdall 5, and then per node for 30 days. So those are a 30 base time period. And then the maintenance fee allocation, those will go ahead and get dumped back into the treasury. So I think that is really good that they are trying to keep their project alive and the pool amount like sufficient enough for any sort of market changes, whether it be bear or bull market. And then they said eliminated tax sales. So V2 permanently eliminated any tax sales of Thor collected via claim tax. 100% of the token Thor collected from the claim tax will be sent to the reward distribution pool, which is really great. I think this is awesome so that people in the project can go ahead and get their reward amounts. And for the maintenance fees details, basically right here they go ahead and describe this. For the fees paid in AVAX, they will be added into the V2 contract, which is already established. And 100% of those fees will be sent out to the treasury. Each node will have a maintenance fee timer. The following table includes details on how the maintenance fee timer will work. So basically, May 6th, which is when the node would be created before that time frame, the first due date is May 5th. Nodes created after March 1st, the first 30 days is due the date of the node creation. Paying maintenance fees adds 30 days to the current due date, which is great. Maximum pay up ahead, you have unlimited, so you can pay as far as advance as you want. And then one due date is reached, nodes will become inactive, so they will set at an active state, and then you can go ahead and re-up it. You have to pay the maintenance fees and the activation fee, but the rewards that you had accrue are lost, so just make sure that you go ahead and add those in. And then the node reactivation, a node can be reactivated by paying a reactivation fee amount to be determined, plus past due maintenance fees. Reward accrual will start from 0 at the time of node reactivation. So they're just letting us know in advance like what is going on with all this maintenance fees. I wanted to go ahead and basically talk about how much money I've accrued after they did all the reorganization with the reward distribution amounts and with the V2 contract. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that right now. So I went ahead and already logged into my node wallet, and basically there are hundreds of thousands of wallets that have already been made. A lot of them have been, either in the Thor node or the Odin node, which are pretty popular, and the Heimdall node, which is super popular for people who are just trying to test out the project and stuff like that. But there's 168,000 nodes that have been created within the inception of this project. So for my total rewards, I went ahead and I have already collected almost 21 Thor tokens. So I went ahead and purchased 5 Thor nodes. Initially, I went ahead and purchased 3 Thor nodes, and at the time of that I ended up spending like $3,000 around that time. And then I went ahead and compounded to 2 more nodes before they went ahead and did the contract updates and the reward amounts and stuff like that. So I wanted to go ahead and prep myself just in case, to get more Thor nodes once they do the reduction amount. I'm basically at the point right now where I'm just going to be holding my nodes. I'm not going to be compounding necessarily because I want to go ahead and get my money off the table. With these projects, you don't really know how long they will last, as I stated like earlier in this video. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and ride these nodes and get my basically initial investment out, and then that way all the profits that I'm getting, they're pretty much like free game. So that is kind of like my plan. So I want to hear what your guys' plan is. Comment down below if you guys have a strategy. I'd really like to know what that is. Go ahead and take a look at how many Thor nodes I've got. I'm just going to put 21. So I've made $447 within 3 months. So that's an extra $447 that I wasn't able to obtain passively. Now, I still have to get my initial investment back, so I'm not like free game into getting the positive cash flow and whatever. So, but as for price action, for Thor is definitely down in the dumps. So that pretty much just shows us that crypto can go up parabolically or tank down really low. One thing I wanted to know is do a strong comparison basically. So if we go ahead and look up Strong has been out for pretty much almost like a year and a half. So at the very beginning, they pretty much had a similar trend to what Thor is at the very, current moment. So they started back in August of 2020, and initially, you couldn't go ahead and you build your own nodes as a service. You had to provide your own nodes. So now, once Strong went ahead and did that, it just went parabolic, and then now it's at a correction phase. So, just again, I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell any of these coins. I'm just, kind of giving perspective based on what Strong has done, because Thor is pretty similar, just on the AVAX blockchain. So I believe that, this node project for Thor and Strong, they will go up in the near future. It's just all about patience, right, guys? So Thor has only been out for a couple of months, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take the calculated risk and just kind of see what is gonna go ahead and happen. And basically, the reason why I picked the Thor project is because they had a really good fundamental basis. They KYC'd themselves. The mediator is a publicly known person, and they really like to help the community and strive for passive income means within the crypto space. So again, we don't know what's going to go happen in the future, but I have a long-term vision for this project. I want to know your comments down below. So alright guys, that's the end of the video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.